Welcome, respected sadhakas, all the 12 Vyaktitwas. Just remember once how much our attitude of seva to the loka. We have to be permanent, this attitude, not changing for any reason, any time. So, to our dharma seva, dharma stapana should increase day by day. When we work for total and dharma, our sadhanas become easier. God's grace comes more. Viragitva, we have to see is it becoming stronger day by day for that required viveka we are using or not. Else we will be caught up lost in this world's smallest involvements only at the cost of our spiritual evolution. How much bhakta is becoming stronger in us without being bhakta and doing bhakti, Bhagavad Krupa won't come. So too, Shishyatva in us with all Shishya Lakshanas. If the Lakshanas are not there, available Gurus also run away. If the Lakshanas of Shishya are thoroughly gained from long distances searching us, the Gurus themselves come. So too, the Mumokshata, most important one in that Mumokshata, knowing where we are or what we are bound by, and be clear about the wanting to come out of those bondages. Let us not give any lenience. Chelledo wala attitude with the bandha karana are the causes of our being bound to the world and other things. Just like in our India all the time, for all the negative forces who destroy the nation, who destroy the dharma. With that Chelnedo attitude, we went on giving them permission, license, and they are going on destroying even now. Only in India it happens. We are the weakest people in the whole universe, the Hindus. Nothing Chelnedo. Anybody doing something against country, Sanatana Dharma, spare not. That's it. We don't do anything harm to anyone from our side. No Chelledo attitude. So too, for the Bandhana Karanas, Chelledo attitude is the reason that we are always lost in them. So too, the Jignasa. This is another important thing that here also we take it lightly. कोई गल नहीं है जल्दी नहीं है वाला attitude to know the self or the truth है ना just like the medicine the more we postpone taking the medicine, the more aggravated becomes the pain or the wound or the disease, giving us suffering those days and again becoming difficult. Later on to cure it. कभी कभी इतना बढ़ जाएगा बीमारी कि उसके लिए दवा भी काम नहीं करेगा. Same way, if you go on postponing the knowledge of the Paramatma, with the added samskara, vasana, rajogun, tamoguna, even in future we may go on postponing, never becoming qualified for it. Therefore, जिज्ञासा. In the same way, श्रवणम मरना है लेकिन श्रवण नहीं छोड़ना है. Understood? We can never leave our shravana of the shastras. Then comes Shrotrutva ke baad the sadhakatva. We are not a lazy, lenient people. We are the seekers. And we are not the seekers of ephemeral. We are the seekers of the eternal truth. Pakka. I am that. That identity is strong identity. And then comes the parishrama. You have to do hard work, lot of sacrifices. That must be maintained. Then all of that to be done with prerana and utsaha. When all these are done, still we are maintaining that calm and quiet and unassuming, unperturbed, that restful mood. सब करते हुए भी vigorously साधना है फिर भी शांत रहने का सीखना. These are our 12 qualifications or Vyaktitvas. Then the 6 sources, our Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Itihasa. Every day we have to spend lots of time to listen and study them. Then our Upasana to Guru, clearing out doubts from him, remembering sadhanas told by him, getting empowered by his blessings through prayers. We have to practice told, what sadhana told by him. Then Adhisthana Devatas remembered, prayed every day. Then Mata also, Shakti, prayed to give us the Sanat, the Satvika Shaktis. Then comes the Ishvara, Upasana Sharanagati, then Prarthana to remove that curtain. Lastly, the Brahma Tattva. Just keep on doing the Anusandhanam without break, without any stoppage in between, right? So, having that way, remembered once what we remember every day. Welcome to the study of this most profound, sublime Shastra, Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayam. We are in first Vairagya Prakaranam, 27th Sarga, NISHREYASA, VIRODHI BHAVA, ANITHYATHA, PRATHIPADANam is the name of this Sarga. Every shloka in this Sarga are so deep, so sublime, expecting us to study with sharp, subtle intellect, with lot of patience and depth. Then only the hidden literal meaning, the examples given, and the indicated spiritual thought, or let us say the thought for Vairagya. Unless we do that effort, we don't understand. So we are trying for that. Let's continue. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं वदवाक्य प्रमाणदः व्याख्याताः सर्वसत्शास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ओम आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने ओं कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखा वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को नयादिपराङ्गतिं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं तस्मै वाल्मीकये गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नता स्मः पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृत जलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुगदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः श्रीरामचन्द्र परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीवसिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि आदि ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो योगवासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रस्य आचार्येभ्यो अस्मत् गुरुभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रह तस्मिन् उक्त साध्य साधनानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां भक्तिज्ञानयोगादि मोक्ष प्रक्रियाणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत्परम्पराणां पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शान्ति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थमस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां महानुभावानाम् आचार्याणां गुरूणां श्रेयोभिलाषिणां भक्तशिष्यसाधकसेवक उपासकानां आश्रमाणां संस्थानां पूर्णायुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्यक्षेमस्थैर्यधैर्यवीर्यादि समस्तशक्तिसम्पदा सानुकूल्यता साधनानां प्राप्ति प्रेरणोत्साह प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्ननिर्मूलनद्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्री राममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि समस्त मन्दिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यक्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालयानां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरन्तर साधना सेवा शास्त्राध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञादीनां द्वारा समस्त विश्वे मोक्षधर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रचारेण विश्वसंरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थं भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरे ये शत्रवः तेषां सर्वेषां शाश्वतरूपेण समूलने निर्मूलनार्थञ्च अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधनाप्रयत्नमध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री योगवासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधनाप्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओं श्रीरामचन्द्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद् वाल्मीकि महर्षि प्रणीत योग वासिष्ठ महा रामायण शास्त्रं प्रथम वैराग्य प्रकरणं मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ते स्थितानि च यत्र एवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति श्रीकराय यस्मादानन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभाति अवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ओं श्री रामचन्द्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। सप्तविंशः सर्गः। श्रीराम उवाच। Friends, what a beautiful shlokas each of them are. Very sublime, very message oriented, to be caught with our intellect without any arrogance or other reason created by usness. Very careful when we are with the Shastras, with the Gurus, in the Satsanga, to be humble and alert, to grasp the sublime, kind messages that are given in any of the Mahatmas, anywhere Satsanga we go. Allow not the distracted mind, allow not the restless mind, allow not the doubtful mind to overpower. Then you can't even stay for a minute or two, you will never listen. With full bhakti, shraddha, we have to be there to grasp. Thus, keep on adding to the treasure of our wisdom and keep on using that as a, let us say, weapons when we have to defeat the negative thoughts, as a medicine when we have to heal our own wounds, as a, let us say, ambrosia, amrita, when we want to empower ourselves. All this wisdom has to be utilized. We were doing yesterday the shloka number 28 हो गया था, 29 भी हो चुका है। अल्पाविधान 29 से हम शुरू करते हैं एक बार फिर। 29 we have seen, फिर भी एक बार let us refresh. What is that said in 29th mantra of 27th sarga is कि what is the whole topic? निश्रेयस विरोधि भाव अनित्यता प्रतिपादन. Other than moksha, prayasa, prayatnam, anything else we are doing, nothing but wasting our time, energy, all futile purposes. Because they won't last permanently. Only the truth discovered alone is the giver of permanent moksha and bliss. Other than that, whatever we are doing, how they just cheat us, bind us, was discussed in the last 15 sargas, as if the summary of all of them are being reported here by Bhagavan Rama again. So see this one, पुनः पुनः दैववशादुपेत्य स्वतेह भारेण कृतोपकारः विलूयते यत्र तरुः कुठारैः आश्वासने तत्र हि कः प्रसङ्गः. Very sublime. Very cute shloka. A lot of, you know, emotional things can be learned from here. He says the example given here is of a taruhu, a tree. What is the tree? Punah punaha daiva vashad upetya. By the daiva vasha, daiva krupa, the trees are again and again born. देखो with daiva vasha or anugraha, the trees are born. Second, the jiva in the tree pray to the Lord as if, give me the vruksha jivan. अरे काय को वृक्ष जीवन मांग रहे हो? He has a clarity. What is the clarity the tree has got? I will go through all difficulties, all struggles, all efforts, with all my limitations. Yet, I'll bring out of myself all those beautiful, glorious things which are useful for other beings in this world, other living beings. Isn't it? The other three living beings, other than the trees, the panchi, the bird, the animals, and the human beings. The Manushya Jati, the Pashu Jati, the Pakshi Jati. All these three for their life and even for everything, they depend only on वनस्पति. है ना? द घर जो हम बनाते हैं, द कपड़ा जो हम पहनते हैं, तो खाना जो हम खाते हैं जिंदगी के लिए, all of them are for from the वनस्पति only, वृक्ष जाति only, isn't it? So that Vriksha told God, कि I will support them, I will help them. Bhagavan said, such a great heart yours, tatast. And from the time of its birth, the tree, even that first birth of itself is hardest it is. It is as a seed will be there for many, many days, months, uncared. Somehow it is put in the earth by some reason. क्या कौन सा कारण से वो जाएगा नहीं पता. And now starts its struggle when it is inside that earth, the tree, the seed in that the tree, to collect that water around and to allow itself slowly to break open that hard earth and come out as such a tender sapling which has got again thousand of enemies around of its own clan also and the other beings. Any insect can eat it away, any animal can eat it away, anyone can paddle, put his pedal on it, मतलब कुंडल के पाँव से he can destroy it. It's like that, out of thousands of seeds sown, 100 only grow. Out of 100, 10 only get survived from these initial basic onslaughts. And those 10 trees or plants from that smallest thing. फिर भी अपने आप को बचाते हुए, है ना? Taking those variety of salts or waters or atmosphere, air and all, धीरे धीरे क्या स्ट्रगल है उसमें खुद को सर्वाइव करते हुए ग्रो करने का. It has no words to talk. It has no hands to work. It has no legs to walk. It has no way to tell to others its pains, its problems, or its requirements or wants. What a silent evolution a plant is there. It is really, I tell you. Silently, it is unassuming. The thousands and lakhs of plants and trees, the 3 trillion trees are there, or even more. All of them, they don't claim, they don't proclaim, they don't demand anything हमसे. बस अपने आप ही इवॉल्व हो रहे हैं. And through its evolution or growth, the one common thing कि my life is totally for the service. Right from its birth till the tree totally gets died and broken, पूरा वो जो है ना सेवा ही करने लगता है पूरा सृष्टि का. That is what is said here. Swatahya bharena kruta upakaraha. Itself goes through all the kashta, difficulty, but kruta upakara. Every aspect of the tree. And the oxygen giving, the fruits giving, flowers giving, the leaves giving, vegetables giving, shadow giving, inviting the rains onto the earth, creating the coolness, consuming the carbon dioxide. All these are so required for the human beings or other living beings, which others cannot do. You and I can eat the trees, flowers, fruits, and vegetable and grains. We can't create them. पशु भी खाते हैं लेकिन नहीं बना सकते. पक्षी भी खाएंगे. We are only bloody consumers. That's all. Giving less and eating more. The most worst of the creation is human beings. खाते जाते हद से ज्यादा, जरूरत से ज्यादा पूरे प्रकृति को हमारे भोग के लिए है ऐसा मानने वाले दुष्ट राक्षस, if anybody is there, is only human being. Worst fellow. Other animals, lucky that they don't have the intellect, so that way they don't think that the human beings are for us, therefore let us kill them and eat. अगर पशुओं में, पक्षियों में, वनस्पति में मनुष्यों को खाना है वो हमारे लिए है. If they start thinking like that, in 1 minute, whole human being will be consumed by the things around. If they have that thought, even the other insects and every one of them, अगर उसको है मैं मानो, only मनुष्य thinks. सम रिलीजन तो कहते हैं पशु सारे हमारे खाने के लिए है करके लाखों लाखों एनिमल्स दे किल एंड ईट एवरी डे. देयर आर 50-60 कंट्रीज इन द होल वर्ल्ड, इवन मोर देन दैट. So the beautiful thought is kruta upakaraha. But then that tree also, as it grows after a certain time, viluyete yatra taru kutaraihi. With the kutara, with the kulahadi, with the axes, the tree is cut asunder again. Its branches, trunk, even from the base it is removed. Kutaraihi viluyate. Wind can blow it sometime, floods can blow it many a time. The human beings themselves, who are the most beneficiary of the trees, for their own selfishness, they don't even spare the tree, they cut asunder. So this is the example Lord Rama gave to convey what point? Ki ashvasane tatra hi kaha prasanga. A very sublime thought. So a tree which is so benevolent, whose entire life itself is only for the service of others. Even that tree also cannot survive in this world, will be cut by the harsh, heartless human beings. So here the human beings are very harsh, they cut the tree. That is not the topic. We are just touching it. That is not at all topic here. Here topic is the people or the beings which are so much helpful to the world, they themselves don't have guarantee to survive. What to talk about? The selfish people. What to talk about? The lazy people. That is the meaning of Ashvasane Tatrahi Kaprasangaha. A silent tree, loving tree, सर्विंग अदर्स, उसका ही कोई ठिकाना नहीं है, तो बाकी का कहाँ ठिकाना रहेगा? There are two things. Therefore, the world is merciless, ruthless. That anybody, anything born is eliminated. How much useful or great it may. That is a way of the world and nature. एक तो ये पकड़ लेना. दूसरी बात क्या है? Therefore, even though serving things and beings around is a greatest virtue, you have to learn from the tree. Trees and rivers and cows. You know, Paropakaraya Vahanti Nadyaha, Paropakaraya Duhanti Gavaha, Paropakaraya Falanti Vrukshaha, Paropakarartham Idam Shariram. That is how human life should be learned from them and lived. We can do more service than them, in fact. So, even though selflessly serving the world around us is most greater than being selfish and being very lazy, yet that also is not going to give you the eternality. That's the main point conveyed here. So therefore, the four ways of lifestyle are what? One, for our own selfishness, destroying others, the Rakshasas. Second is what? Living selfishly life for our own selves, standing on our own feet, not worrying about anybody, not depending on anyone, not troubling anyone. Third one, living life for the service of others, even at one's own cost, like the tree. But the fourth one is what? All of them are temporary, only ephemeral. The life has to be lived to discover the eternal. बेवकूफ वृक्ष को मिला कि अल्टीमेटली वो काटा गया ना. It is better than being selfish, but not the ultimate. Ultimate is it has to evolve to realize the infinitude. Isn't it? It has to evolve to realize the infinite. Other than that pursuit of infinite, even live life like a tree where whole life you are dedicating for the service of the world, ultimately will be cut and thrown on. That is why Sarvadharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Sharanam Raja. Don't get lost even in the service of the world. Whenever you feel lazy, selfish, arrogant, negative quality, that time serve the world to come out of these negativities. When the mind has become calm and quiet, then pursue the Paramatma, the ultimate truth. It is good to be good, but it is not enough to be good. We have to be divine. We have to evolve in the, because we are human beings. Dimag hai, vichar na karo, padho shastra, know the reality. Then we have all the facilities. Detach, just go into deep contemplation meditation, go beyond all Rupa Nama, Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, and realize the Atman, the Paramatma. So Bhagavan, when he says, Tatra hi ka prasanga ashvasane, how can anything be, anybody's life be assured here? That is why the two versions, very interesting thought. There are so many dushta rakshasas in the world came. Everybody remembers them with only hatred. There are great people who have served the world. They are written in the Shastras, their name, and they inspire the next generations. But the point is, yes, they have inspired next generation by serving, but within themselves, have they discovered the eternal or not? That is too subjective. So Maharaja, Samrat, Chakravartis, they have come. And the people in different fields have come and served the world in many fields, in many many ways. ये तो है ही बढ़िया बात, बट खुद अपने अंदर का जीव को मोक्ष दिलाए कि नहीं, दैट इज सब्जेक्टिव. If not, all the service done by them may be fetching them the Swargadi Loka, but they'll be again thrown back only onto the earth to struggle again. Yeah, the Samrat, the Ashoka Chakravartis, or any of these big, big Samrajya kings, they are all Jiva only, no? If they have not, after that services with purified heart, not pursued the ultimate, they will again be back into any of the yonis only. आपके गली में अशोक चक्रवर्ती या विजयनगर साम्राज्य के महाराजा होंगे कोई टेनेंट के रूप में. We don't know if he has not realized the self. Or you yourself may be a Chakravarti in one of the centuries. है कि नहीं बाबा? True, a person who now in the our Bharat Desh में, how many, let us say 30, 20 crores of children are there? Out of them, how many are going to be chief ministers, prime ministers, ministers potentially? You don't know, ना? अभी तो पता नहीं वो लोग, but जैसे आगे होंगे, they'll become. And today who are prime minister, presidents and all, 30-40 का कहाँ रहेंगे वो लोग? With the punya, they may go to higher world. They may come back into this earth, but that won't give moksha. Only Nishreyasa we have to get through the Tattva Jnana. That is we have to catch. Thus, nothing is greater than Nishreyasa Prapti, including the whole service of the world. After Nishreyasa Prapti, your existence itself will be a service to the world. Your mere presence. And the highest service again is to pray and work for redemption of all beings. From the Mula Avidya and from the Bandhanas. Not जब इसका भूख मिटाओ, उसको पैसे दिलाओ. अरे भूख मिटा के पैसे दिलाएगा तो चोरी बनेगा. उसको ज्ञान दो पहले. भूख मिटा के ज्ञान दे दो, कोई गल नहीं. अगर वो ज्ञान नहीं पा रहा है तो फिर उसको स्ट्रगल करने दो, फ्री मत खिलाना. There are all very many sublime things to none. Therefore, the tree, by destiny, by God's grace, by its own choice, has come right from beginning. It went on serving, but a day comes where it is ruthlessly cut. So all its service may give it some punya, but the tree has realized or not. Therefore, whether you are tree or animal or bird, especially as human being, when you are intellect, do service to the world, do your dharma. Don't be selfish, don't harm anyone. But all of them are vyavahara. Paramarthika is you have to use your human life for the ultimate purpose of going beyond the identity of all limitations and recognizing identity with the infinite self. Otherwise, jindagi waste. And add to this what we saw 3-4 days back. The rarer than the rarest is a human life. After this, again, when I get the human life, don't know in between 10,000 lives I may go through. The animals, plants, or trees, or insects, in which I can't do sadhana. The struggle will be there only for survival. पता नहीं भाई क्या वासना, क्या संस्कार, क्या प्रारब्ध है. अभी तो मनुष्य, अभी तो जिंदा है, तो यूज इट फॉर द हाईएस्ट. श्री राम जी का थॉट. ओके, पुनः पुनः दैववशाद उपेत्य स्वतः इह भारेण कृत उपकारः विलूयते यत्र तरो कुठारैः आश्वासने तत्र हि कः प्रसंगः. What is there? There is ashwasan or the assurance to anyone. See that assurance. The word came from ashwasan. Very close. Sanskrit word. What assurance in this world is there for whatever the great we have done? And विचित्र बात है, इसको गलत भी समझ सकते हैं इस बात को. It is left for your discretion. Like the thousands and lakhs struggle to sacrifice their lives for bringing freedom to us, India. But after freedom, we only enjoyed that freedom, destroyed or never allowed the country to grow only. है ना? मैं कहता हूँ कि all these people who are in the grave, who sacrifice themselves for the country freedom, many of them must be thinking in the mind, इन बेवकूफ़ों के लिए हमने अपना ज़िंदगी त्याग कर दी, जो देश का प्रेम नहीं रखते, भोगी रखते हैं, इन बेवकूफ़ के लिए हमने फ्रीडम ले आया. Like all scientific technology, discovered great scientists. In their graves, they think this only. Arey, we have developed this technology and all for blessing the human being. But these human beings are becoming rakshasas only with them. हमने फ्लाइट क्रिएट किया ताकि एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाके कम टाइम में सेवा करने को, बमबारी करने को नहीं है. है ना? विद द फ्लाइट्स वी थ्रो बॉम्ब्स टू डिस्ट्रॉय द कंट्रीज. उसके लिए तो नहीं था. We are not saying discard the TV or cell phone or bulbs for spending their time in destroying our minds. Na? Inherently in every scientific discovery, there is destruction. In spirituality में तुम करो या ना करो इतना ही होता है, डिस्ट्रैक्शन नहीं होता है ना. If you don't do, you will stay where you are. If you do sadhana. But this is not the side effects of spirituality. In the science, temporary benefits, but inherent side effects, anybody can bring them out. जैसे मैंने बताया, the विज्ञान के आधार है सारे science discoveries. But instead of that, are we not using them for bhoga and destroying ourselves? So I am explaining in this way at length we can talk about कि आश्वासने तत्र ही कः प्रसंगः. How can we assure ourselves to be in this world that we are safe and secured, even though when we are like trees serving the world? The safety and security is only in the permanent, birthless, deathless, changeless, immutable self only. सिर्फ वही हमारा क्या कहते हैं रक्षणा है. एनीवेयर वी आर भक्षित ओनली, विल बी नॉट स्पेयर्ड ओनली. हो गया. So to catch this point, that example of tree. Next, मनोरमस्याप्यति दोषवृत्तेः अंतर्विघाताय समुत्थितस्य विषद्रुमस्येव जनस्य संगात् आसाद्यते संप्रति मूर्छनैव. देखो, very important. Next thought. In the earlier shloka, our own selfless life service should bring us purity inside heart. Once it is gained, pursue only Paramatma. That message is conveyed. In any case, don't be selfish and don't be destructive to others. वो तो पशु पक्षी भी नहीं करते. हो गया. अब इस श्लोक में to a human being, है ना, who is expected to pursue Paramatma. Okay, for that person, all co-human beings, to whatever the extent they can help him in this pursuit, up to that only he should be in samparka with them. If not, the same company of people will consume our time and life in such a manner that we cannot discover time for discovering Paramatma. On the name of giving us outer loves or service or help or entertainment or company, it is because of our delusion we are only losing every of the precious things, including our own life, not pursuing Paramatma. Even Guru also. That's why the Gurus, once they are sure that the Tattva Jnana Siddhantika to be given to the disciple is given, the Guru says, now get out of my ashram. Go into some place secluded, select your own, you meditate and realize God. If you are with me, you will be bound by me. Because you will be obliged to me. You will be waiting for me to salute me and get the orders from me and do. This is not for which I taught you Vedanta. I taught you Vedanta for you to realize. Therefore, get out of this ashram. अंडरस्टूड रियल गुरुस, कोई शिष्य को पकड़कर अपने सेवा के लिए रखते नहीं. तो the Brahma Vidya, Tattva Vidya giving Guru also, you know, becomes an obstacle in the pursuit of Paramatma Tattva because we still remain at the gross level. Then what to talk about other relativities? Other than pulling us into samsara, relativity, their name itself is relatives. They can give relative, not absolute happiness. Should we not be wise, intelligent? And इसको बाहर proclaim नहीं करना, चिल्लाना नहीं, किसी को hate नहीं करना. Slowly, silently, first intelligent thing is don't create new sambandhas. Second is what? If the existing sambandha, what dharma you have to do, after that, they one by one, they themselves go away. But your time and attention should be used again for the Nishreyasa Prapti. That is what is said in this shloka. Samsa manoramasyapi. It is very manorama, manoranjana. Isn't it? Today, Puja Gurudev's quotation, every day one quotation comes. In today's quotation, the one who cannot be in his solitude and cannot enjoy his own solitude is the most imperfect person, he says. If I can't enjoy my own company, how can others can enjoy? That's why people run away. Solitude, haratir jana samsadi. Vivikta desha asina, virago vijitendriya, bhave dekamatmanam, tamanantamanyati. Vivikta sevi lagvashi yatava kaya manasa. Everywhere it is said. So here is what? Manoramasyapi. Very manorama it is to be in the people, and then when they are like-minded and they love us, they discover us, they encourage us, they serve us. क्या मजा आ रहा है ना. Grandparents love me, पत्ता पत्ता तत्ता तत्ता. Parents also love and feed me till I get fed up. Brothers sisters also इतना love कर रहे. दोस्त लोग भी इतना बढ़िया सा है. कितना खुशी वाला जिंदगी हम मानते हैं ना. रियली खुशी वाला. बट इट्स ओनली वर्ल्डली एंड इट इज एग्जॉस्टिंग ऑल आवर पुण्य. राम जी का थॉट ये है, ये सारे बंधु मित्र आदि ये तो बांधने वाले हैं. नॉट दैट दे डू इट, बट व्हेन वी इन्वॉल्व इन देम इट हैपेंस. एज आई टोल्ड यस्टरडे, फायर इज नॉट बर्निंग अस. It's not act by the fire deliberately that I'll burn you. It is its nature. You put a finger, it will burn. So too, all the relativities, nature is to bind us to relativity, not allowing us to pursue the absolute. Therefore, manoramasya. But ati dosha vrittehe. Extreme dosha is there in this seemingly manorama jivana vidhana of being in the company of people. Why? Antarvighataya samuttitasya. Anta means inner, vighata means destroyed. Your mind's solitude, your mind's subtlety, your mind's ability to become introverted, to peep into the heart and see the Paramatma, that for all of that, this company of the outer people is a vighata, because in the mind, always we are in the memory of the people, our relation with them, our duties, our rights from them. अब पूरा जिंदगी इसी में रहता है. वो कब परमात्मा को जानोगे? Human life is meant only to know the truth. That is the meaning of antarvighataya samuttitasya, and he is comparing this relative life with the beings around is vishadrumasya iva. It is like a poisonous tree. देखने को अच्छा लगता है, लेकिन उसका हर चीज विष है. The air which the tree gives also विष. You just take a position of support on the tree, विष. पत्ता खाओ विष, फूल खाओ विष, फल भी खाओ विष है वो. It's called Visha Vruksha. In the same way, every one of these relativities are Visha only. Because they are consuming our life, our time, our attention, not allowing them to be used for Paramatma. That's why Vishadruma Seva Janasya Sangat Asadhyate Samprati Murchana Eva. I know we become unconscious. Murchita means unconscious. We become unconscious when we are in the company of the people, in brackets, about Paramatma. That is called Murchanaiva. That is called Ati Dosha. That is what is called as Antarvighataya. Murchit ho gaya. Murchit matlab becoming unconscious. About what? Our ultimate goal of life. Just imagine the whole world of people. अब वो ये भी नहीं है लोगों से कोई इंटरेक्शन कम हो गया, एवरीबॉडी हैज ग्लूड टू द टीवी, टू देयर ओन इंडिविजुअल पर्सनल सेल्फिश एनिमलिस्टिक भोग, लाइक ए कुत्ता, उसको कोई बोन मिलता है ना, हाउ इट रन्स फ्रॉम अदर डॉग्स एंड गोज बियॉन्ड है कचरा कुंडी और कोई पेड़, और अकेला खाता है वो, इट डजंट गिव टू अदर कुत्ते। उससे बदतर हो गया ह्यूमन बीइंग का लाइफ। द वाइफ brings her own eatables and goes to bathroom and eats because she doesn't want to give to husband and children. Husband does the same thing. That much wretched the human life has devolved now, that everybody knows. Any of the bhoga vastus, वो तो राक्षस था, वो तो worst falling down. अम्मा नारायण. Anyway, but even though if it's not there, we are together only. What is happening? I'm just telling you to observe. Other than worried, concerned about each other, 70 साल, 80 साल, 90 साल हो गया, they are still neither satisfied nor contented nor wise to discover that yeah, there is something other to be discovered. There's somebody, the Lord, the Divine, waiting for me to turn towards him. ये इसका ख्याल भी नहीं आता. That's called as मोर्चा. One of the greatest examples I came across in this regard is the great saint Tulsidas. And more pranam salutations of mine than to Tulsidas ji is his wife. वो माता जहां भी हो, उनकी पत्नी, उनके चरण में मुझे प्रणाम करना है बाबा. Greatest of the story of only one. You know, Tulsidas ji had no mother, very young age में चली गई. So he never had the company of any women love in his life, of any sort, brother or sister. Suddenly when he got married, he was so much attached to her, his patni. Saint Tulsidas, Ramcharit Maharaj ने लिखा, हनुमान चालीसा. Once what happened, she went to Maika, his wife. He could not stay without her. So much prema, pure prema. Then he said, I want to meet her. उन दिनों में तो ऐसे बिना बुलाए जाते नहीं कहीं, ससुराल के घर या कहीं ससुर जी. But still, he just wanted to meet her because his mind was so much to meet her. Then came out of his house, wherever he was. Terrible rain it was. But his infatuation was so much, उसी बारिश में आया वो. And बीच में बड़ा नदी है, उसको पार करना. Terribly flowing because of the heavy rains. It is flowing terribly. Then he wanted to cross that. Somebody got a support of something and he crossed it. And when it was seen later on, it was a dead body only. उसको पकड़ कर आए वो, किसी का मृतदेह. Imagine that is a log of wood. Then he went near it was midnight by that time. Still it is raining. Then he can't knock the door. There'll be some insult or something होगा. Then क्या करे फिर? Then the house room where she stays, it is said that from somewhere he climbs that one and ऊपर से नीचे उतरते हैं अंदर. At that time, he somehow got a rope as support to come down into her room, and that appeared to be a snake which came down there. So he came. Then he was with all excitement कि मैं जब मैं स्टोरी बताऊंगा to her कि how I came. I tell you she'll be so much loving me and all. Then with all struggle he came and he appeared on his wife. When she came to know all that he went on. So many struggles went through to meet her. Even ordinary stupid women है तो क्या बोलेगी, मेरे लिए आपने अपनी जान को खतरे में डाल के ले आए हैं तो मैं आपके चरण दासी. Other stupid women who are there, they say, you know what did she say? So only one character. ये जो प्यार आपने मेरे को दिया, जो मुझे मिले, इसमें का एक चौथा, 1/4 also, if you have for Lord Rama, you would have got Rama by now. देखो, that shock of the life for Tulsidas ji was the turning point. Bas, he never looked back again. He just realized. तो पत्नी जिनके लिए इतना प्यार से आया हूं, वो कहती है, he did not angry with her, मैं तुम्हारे लिए आया, तुम क्या मेरे बोलती है. But उन्हें जन्म जन्म का पुण्य था. Allowing that पुण्य, the infatuation भी था. that the Lord has to bless. Therefore, he blessed him through her. He was loving her the most. उनके मुख से बात कहलवाए. Luckily, his earlier punya worked. He became detached and went, became Rama Bhakta. क्या अनुभव राम दर्शन शिव दर्शन हनुमत दर्शन रामचरित मानस राइटिंग तुलसीदास नो सुर सूक्ष्म तुलसी सुधा उन्होंने लिखा. फिर कवितावली दोहावली गीतावली. हाउ मेनी आर देयर इज रचनास. Great he has become. Wonderful, no? Very inspiring. Else, what do? Whole life we spend only. And in that also, the useless children who never listen to us. Useless husband or wife who never understand us. And the brothers, etc., they are like leech only, they take everything from us. Friends, etc., selfish fellows. And yet we are such an ignorant stupids that we waste time for them. We have to realize one day. Again, don't hate anyone. All of them came in our life to teach us the lessons of detachment, to clear all our runanubandha, to clear our prarabdha, and to give us the experience and wisdom that ये ऐसा ही होता है, इसके पीछे मत पड़ो. राम जी का ये भावना देखो अंदर. He compares the people with Vishavruksha. He says they are all ati dosha vritti, and ultimately they create only murcha in our life. And fourth one was antah vighataya. Dosha vritti, antarvighata, vishadruma, murchana. 4 words he used to explain how we get lost in the company of beings. And there are some Beokuf, I can't say sorry, I'm taking my bio words. They are lost in the animals only now in the company. जीने दो यार जानवर को अपना साधना कर. Everything allowed once you realize this self. You start any Jantu Pradarshana Shala. You sit in the center if you want. But after knowing the self, before that, everything is secondary. Otherwise, everything done other than Paramatma, it creates Vasana, it creates Prarabdha. That is the meaning of the name of this chapter. निश्रेयस विरोधी भाव अनित्यता प्रतिपादन. देखो निश्रेयस का विरोधी है कि नहीं है. द अर्लियर श्लोक में वृक्ष का एग्जाम्पल दिया. हियर विद द पीपल द कंपनी. ये निश्रेयस का विरोधी है, तो उसकी अनित्यता या असत्यता और विषत्व और बॉन्डेज और इफेक्ट ऑफ क्रिएटिंग मूर्छा टाइटल में जो बताया है कि नहीं. इन लाइफ एवरीथिंग हैज ए लिमिट. द गुडनेस, द लव, द सर्विस. Ultimate is sarvadharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. Otherwise, as we were deluded earlier in the bhoga vastus and selfishness, we are deluded even in this goody goodness. This is also bhayankara delusion. Mam ekam sharanam vraja. Ultimate is this. If this clicks to us and delicately, without harming anyone, without anybody's knowledge, we have to withdraw. And the other thing I tell you, equally true, only for the sake of Paramatma Prapti, that we have the right to leave everything, everybody, every duty. If not, everybody is expression of God, and our duty is there to serve them. सिर्फ परमात्मा प्राप्ति नामक एक ही कारण के लिए हमें कुछ भी छोड़ सकते हैं. Otherwise, we have to 100% involve in serving the people. Otherwise, we become selfish, animalistic or lazy. इसलिए 3 बात है. धर्म निर्वहन, लोक सेवा, आध्यात्मिक साधना. इन अध्यास में ना गुरु सेवा, गुरु से तत्व सुनो, फिर उपासना करो, जप करो, अंतःकरण शुद्धि करो, इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स को इंटीग्रेट करो, then start doing the contemplations, go beyond the upadhis, koshas and realize the self. Really powerful shloka na. Manoramasya api, though it is very enchanting. The problem with the world is what? It is very enchanting at the gross level. Subtly we go, everything is bakwas only. But that subtlety, if you don't have, it is so enchanting. When somebody says, I like you, I love you, मन में इतना मजा आता है. अरे कौन किसको लव कर रहा है? There's only one परमात्मा. स्वामी परमात्मा को भाग में जाए, I have such a wonderful wife or husband or children. So lovely they are taking care of me. I'm enjoying my life. That's why when anybody comes to me to complain, na, Swamiji is such a dushta rakshasi type of wife it is there, or husband, Cinderella terrible I tell you. मैं उनको तेरा बाहर से सिंपैथी दिखाते हुए मन ही मन उन सारे लोगों को थैंक यू बोलता हूँ. अदरवाइज ये केस मेरे पास क्यों आएगा सत्संग सुनने. इनफैक्ट you also am telling, if your wife or husband or children are terrible दुष्ट राक्षसा, thank you them, because उनके कारण वैराग्य होता है जो भगवान भी नहीं दिला सकते हमको वैराग्य, गुरु भी नहीं दिला सकते. बट अगेन डोंट बी फ्रस्ट्रेटेड, स्वामी शी सच ए टेरेबल वन, मैंने उसको छोड़ा और एक को पकड़ा. Isn't it? We don't do that mistake again. Whom he married, she also left her husband. उसने अपने को छोड़ा, तुमने तुमको छोड़ा. अब तुम दोनों कितने दुष्ट होंगे. I'm telling dushta means from spiritual standpoint. Don't get caught up all of that. You have to be little sober and wise within ourselves. So, dono shloka mein, by giving a tree example, even so-called human services in the world also, fetch not anything. Just ruthless, we are used and thrown in the world by the world like a tissue paper. Never be selfish in the world with the S capital letter. S is self Paramatma. Not selfish that way as we do. Then this shloka also, good company of people and all. That's why in our Hinduism, once that age of settling the children happens, 55, 58, bas vanaprastha. In that vanaprastha, wife can be there, but like friends only. Minimum dependency on each other and the world. Little later, total sannyas. In the sannyasa, only the ashram with the guru. From the guru, when the thought, knowledge is gained, oh guru ko bhi choda. Somewhere you go to realize self. Otherwise, that beautiful sublime self in us, in the heart, which is a self of all, without experiencing that we die. इसलिए शास्त्र सब किया लेकिन वो नहीं किया तो कुछ नहीं किया, कुछ नहीं किया लेकिन वो किया तो सब कुछ किया. Everything done but not pursued Paramatma. You have not done anything. Everything you left for the sake of Paramatma. In that fulfillment, everything is maaf. Think about this very beautiful shloka. Now I understood why I said these shlokas, each one make us pause and contemplate. And they give truths, though they are little bitter, but truth is bitter always. For the one who cannot taste. Those one understands it, the जो bitter चीज खाते हैं उसको शुगर की बीमारी नहीं होती. जिसने बिटर करके दूर रखा और मीठा करके स्वीट को खाया, उसको शुगर लग जाती है, एंड एवरी पार्ट गेट्स डिस्ट्रॉयड, होल लाइफ गेट्स डिस्ट्रॉयड. गुड. नेक्स्ट वन. कल्पाभिधान क्षण जीविनो हि कल्पौघ संख्या कलने विरिंज्याः अतः कलाशालिनी कालजाले लघुत्व दीर्घत्व धियोप्यसत्याः. Very sublime shlokas. These are all have to lift your minds first to this level and convey. जैसे जो रेगुलर दूसरे क्लासेस हमारे सुनते हैं ना, वो ये तुरंत पकड़ लेते हैं इन बातों. जो अटेंड ऑल अदर क्लासेस आल्सो, कमिट 5 साल पूरे क्लासेस सुनेंगे. Then the amount of knowledge, information comes for you to put use of them and get transformed is immense. बिना सुने दट्टू शास्त्रों का दिमाग को डेटा नहीं मिलेगा सोचने contemplate करने के लिए कि what for the life has to be lived. Then we get misguided either by vasanas as or by the fancies of the mind or by the pulls of the sense organs or the attractions of the world or the distractions and misguidance of the other people. खुद का दिमाग नहीं रहेगा. Like if you ask me what I have to live life for, I need nobody to guide or misguide me because I am studying Shastra. How much I practice and all that is different. My struggles, I have to go through all. But as regard the clarity is there. Question concern is no doubt. Only through Shastra Jnanam we get it. Now, what is the error? Kalpa Abhidhana. Kshana Jivinopi. Jivinahi. कल्पहोग संख्या कलने विरिंचा. बाप रे, what I thought it is said. Other thing we talk about is longevity of life. One is selfishness, second is utility for others, third is the emotional contact with the people. All of them are Nishreyas ke virodhi hai. How to counter them? They are being told through wisdom. The next one is about long life. See the way the Rama puts me, तो हैरान हूँ क्या भाषा यूज कर रहे हो बाबा, कैसे मैं उनको एक्सप्लेन करूँ ये. लॉर्ड कृष्णा इज इजी, गीता इज वेरी सिंपल. राम जी का योग वासिष्ठ थोड़ा थोड़ा टर्बल टफ ही है वो. He says, who is the one who has got longest life? Brahmadeva. Because in this Dviparardha Kala, Brahmadeva, he lives Dviparardha, 50 saal, like us, 100 years. Every year of him, like us also, has got 365 days. Brahmadeva ka. Every day of Brahmadeva, be attentive, has got 1000 Chaturyugas of time. 1000 Chaturyuga. Okay, now what is one Chaturyuga? One Satyuga, one Treta Yuga, one Dvapara, one Kali. ये चारों मिलकर एक चतुर्युग. Like that 1000 Chaturyugas is one day of Brahma. Like that 365 days 1 year. Like that 100 years is his lifespan. And what are the Chaturyugas? Each one of them? It is said in one calculation, Kali Yuga is 4.32 lakh years. Double to this is Dwapara Yuga. That is why Dva it is called. 3 times to this is called Treta Yuga. It's called Teen. Then 4 times it is Satya Yuga. Therefore 4.32 plus 8.64 plus 12.96 plus 4.32 into 4. सब मिलाओ around 48 lakhs of years होते हैं. 48 lakh years. 48 लाख साल, 48 lakhs of years becomes what? One चतुर्युग. एक चतुर्युग का हिस्सा हुआ है, इसे 1000 चतुर्युग. इमेजिन करो, 3 zeros ऐड करो, इज वन डे ऑफ ब्रह्मा. मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 365, 1 year of ब्रह्मा. मल्टीप्लाई अगेन विद 100. इतना लंबा आयु ब्रह्मदेव का, उसको भी कह रहे कल्प अभिधान क्षण जीविनः. द होल टाइम ऑफ ब्रह्मदेवा of this long length compared to human life is one क्षण only. कल्प के नाम से बुलाए जाने वाला एक क्षण भी. See the language Rama is using. कल्प अभिधान क्षण जीविनो ही कल्प ओघ संख्या कलने विरिंचा. The Brahmadi Devatas whose time also is whose time compared to the human is said to be so big that also is one kshana. One kshana only, that also. Atah, therefore, kala shalini kala jale, in the snare of the time, which has got the way to bind us by kala shalini, by the way of calculating it. The time binds us with its subtlety of making us calculate it. In that, laghutva dirghatva diyaha api asatyaha. The longevity, like of the Brahmadeva, दीर्घत्व, and the लघुत्व of the micro, अभी जन्म लिया अभी मर गया, ये दोनों concepts of time as big and small both are asatya. Therefore, don't be caught up in the kala chakra also, that I will become devata, then I will live for long time, I become Indra, I will live for more time, then I become Brahmadeva only. अरे बेवकूफ, ब्रह्म का इतना लंबा टाइम भी एक क्षण बोल रहे, क्योंकि इतना बड़ा उम्र ब्रह्मदेव का भी. लास्ट ईयर विल बी देयर, इन दैट अगेन फॉर हिम आल्सो लास्ट डे विल बी देयर, इन दैट फॉर हिम द लास्ट चतुर्युग विल बी देयर, एंड इन दैट लास्ट मोमेंट विल बी देयर, ही विल बी लास्ट आफ्टर दैट. Then where will that Brahmadev go if he doesn't realize he has Parabrahma Tattva? He will be anywhere somewhere. म्यूनसिपल गवर्नमेंट में म्यूनसिपालिटी में काम कर रहे हैं. पूछा दूसरे को, यार तुम कहाँ से हैं, तुम कहाँ, मैं ना पिछले में कल में ब्रह्म था. तुम कौन थे? अच्छा मैं भी ब्रह्म था उधर. It's not a joke, it is true. If one doesn't realize self, from the lowest to the highest as they evolve, from the highest to lowest also they can devolve. No guarantee. That is why in Gita, Brahma bhuvanalokaha punaravartina kaunteya mam upetya tu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. Up to Brahmaloka you may go, but still you will come back only. But only when you reach me, then there is no back, coming back to the limitations, the world of all the bondage. So what is meaning here is what? Don't calculate time. Think about that Paramatma who is beyond time. Satta Shri Akala. Kalatita Paramatma. Suddha Brahma Paratpara Rama. Kalatita Parameshwara Rama. This is the shloka. Kalpa abhidana kshana jivino hi. Kalpa hoga sankhya kalane virincha. Brahmadi devas were just 1 second only. Ataha, therefore, Kala Shalini Kala Jale, in this big jala of the Kala, which is very intelligent in giving the different timings to different beings, Kalagutva Dirgata Dihabi Asatya. The Lagu and Dirga, they're all meaningless, they're all. Lagut. You understand, you all are scientists now, science लोग आप. अब मून में जाओ, वहां का इधर कितना टाइम डिफरेंस है देखो. मून में कितना एक रात होता है तो इन अर्थ में 15 दिन होते हैं. That is why in the one day of the moon where 15 India days on the earth are there, that when that was there, Chandrayaan को भेजा था, they were expecting and getting all from that. The moment the night came after 15 days on the earth days, मून हो गया तो विक्रम एंड रोवर सारे चुप हो गए, ठप हो गए. काल का फर्क है कि नहीं उधर इधर. टाइम इज वेरी फनी कॉन्सेप्ट. टाइम इन आवर लाइफ ऑल्सो when the satsang is very good, 1 घंटा ऐसे फटाक से चला जाता है. when it is heavy and boring because our mind खत्म ही नहीं होता. कोई सिनेमा भी अच्छा है तो फटाक हो जाती है. कोई म्यूजिकल कंसर्ट एंड ऑल, if it is not, ये कब खत्म होगा ये. Like to the mother, when her daughter's children come from America, they stay 1.5 month. 1 दिन के लिए हो गया चली जा. And then the बहू बेचारी, उसको देख कर इतना लंबा लगता है टाइम. So to that bahu also, when she goes to her mother, time goes so fast, but with Sasoma, isn't it? For us entertainment time फटा. When you have to work in the office, लोग सुबह अभी गए 10 बजे, you start seeing the time. Half of the time we waste in watching the time only. Time is very relative. There's no time. Like when you sleep, 8 hours you sleep, but there's no time concept. That time is a concept of mind. There's no mind in sleep. There's no calculation of time. Therefore, time का भी ज़्यादा टेंशन नहीं लेना. It just goes on. They discover that which is beyond time. I am the consciousness which illuminate, which gives the value to the kala. परमात्मा से ही उनका माया आता है, परमात्मा से ही काल आता है. काल रूप में परमात्मा ही होते हैं. काल के द्वारा, माया के द्वारा जगत की सृष्टि होती है. दिस अदर लाइन ऑफ थिंकिंग विल स्टडी व्हेन द टॉपिक्स कम इन फ्यूचर. So today we have seen this also. Kalpa abhidhana kshana jivino hi. Kalpa uka sankhya kalne virinchahata. Kalashalni kalijale lagutva dirgatva diyapi asatya. That means what? So I am going to live for next 40, 50 years. Therefore, that's what youngsters feel. Na? अब इतना लंबा उम्र है जीने को, करके they go on postponing spirituality. Really they went go through that time as if आंख बंद कर दी खोल दी, आ गया बुढ़ापा 60 बाद. कान सुनने को नहीं होता, पाँव में घुटने दर्द होते हैं, पेट में दर्द, खाया तो हजम नहीं होता, नहीं खाया तो एनर्जी नहीं होता. With this funny personality, do you think we can go to satsang? We can listen to the satsang? We can study shastra and sadhana? People, youngsters postpone it to the old people. Old people postpone it to the next life. In the next life, again, youth age says, old age में हम करेंगे. This is how we misunderstand or misguide ourselves. So one thing is don't worry about the kala. Second is don't waste the kala also. Every moment is worthy of encashing for nearing to Paramatma. बस वो एक कर लो, then कितना साल हमने जिया उसका कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Like my every day, 7 to 8 hours I talk on Shastra. That is fulfilling for me कि 8 घंटे भगवान के लिए कर रहे हैं हम. एटलीस्ट उस समय संसार में तो नहीं फंसे ना. हाउ डीपली, हाउ इंटेंसली, हाउ हाईएस्ट लेवल वी हैव डन आर नॉट, वो आएगा बाद में 10, 20, 40, 100 जन्म के बाद. बट देन दिस टाइम इज यूज्ड. दैट इज वाई जब एनर्जी है, जब टाइम है, अभी कर रहे हैं हम. अब 10 साल का ना टाइम होगा ना एनर्जी होगा. अब मैं चिल्ला रहा हूँ, आप नहीं आते हो, तब आप चिल्ला के पूछो मेरे को बोलने को, मैं बोल नहीं सकता. रिमेंबर भोग एंड योग and kala. In that kala, you do the bhoga or you do the yoga. Your choice decides or determines or explains what you are, proves what you are. जनरली लोगों का मन भोग के तरफ होके योग पोस्टपोन करते हैं, है ना. हु आर samsaris who postpone the yoga and do the bhoga immediately, and who is the sadhakas who postpone the bhoga and do the yoga immediately. बस इतना ही डिफरेंस है योगी और भोगी में. टीवी देखकर क्लास में जाएंगे भोगी, क्लास में जाकर टीवी देखेंगे योगी. साधक क्लास में ही है, टीवी नहीं देख रहे योगी. व्हाट इज दैट टू सी टीवी, यू आर सीइंग परमात्मा ओनली लाइक दैट. देन देखो बहुत सुंदर हुआ है ना. कास्तादृशो या सुन संति दोषाः, कास्तादिशो या सुन दुःखदाः, कास्ताः प्रजाया सुन भंगुरत्वं, कास्ताः क्रियाया सुन नाम माया, काह तादृशः यासु न संति दोषाः. What an important thought. I'll tell this little literal meaning tomorrow. Explain. काह काह ताः दृशः यासु न संति दोषाः. Who are the people and which are the dosha drishtis, if they are not of Paramatma, that there are no doshas or shortcomings. अगर दृष्टि परमात्मा का नहीं है, otherwise comparatively how much more great it must be, it may be, in that there is dosha only. So काह तादृशः यासु न संति दोषाः. दोष रहित दृष्टि हो ही नहीं सकता if it is not परमात्मा दृष्टि. दृष्टि means vision, goal, ambitions, aims, plannings, execution, achieving anything. If it is not Paramatma, in that the dosha is there in that drishti. Because with all effort you gain it, but it is not permanent. Again you are back to square one. 100 Ashwamedha yajnas you have done, you became Indra. So as long as the time permitted, you will be there as Indra. अब उसका खर्च हो गया तो, like 5 years you worked and saved 10 lakhs. You took the 10 lakhs for a 3 or 4 or 5 months of tour to the western countries. अब खत्म होते ही you will come back, no, empty handed. जितना पैसा है उतना. उधर भी फर्स्ट फ्यू डेज 1 स्टार, देन 5 स्टार, देन 3 स्टार, देन 1 स्टार, देन द मल्टी स्टार. पुण्य खत्म होते ही वापस आते ही कि नहीं हम. इन द सेम वे एनीथिंग यू गेट थ्रू एफर्ट्स, दैट इज टेम्पररी. ओनली दैट व्हिच इज गेन थ्रू ज्ञान इज परमानेंट, एंड दैट इज परमात्मा अनुभूति. अब इसको सोचो, सुनो सत्संग 10 साल मिनिमम 12 years you have to listen Vedant. Then you start getting the idea. Oh, that too with all Shraddha and every day. We are telling you with experience. हम पिछले 4 साल से पढ़ रहे हैं. And that gave us an idea कि we have understood nothing. And also it gave an idea, but 12 years, 10 years or 8 years more if you study, definitely the picture will be clear. So those lucky ones who are continuing with me, and the, by choice unfortunate fellows, they are living and going. अब उनका प्रारब्ध है. उनका स्वयं कृत है. I can't help it. This is दृष्टि. Second one, काह ताह दिशः यासु न दुःखदाः. Where is the direction in which there is no burning of the misery? किसी भी दिशा में जाओ तुम सिवाय परमात्मा का, दुख का दहन होगा ही. Will be burnt with the pain, inner and outer. Third one, कास्ताः प्रजाः यासु न भंगुरत्वम. What are those jivas or beings which are not ephemeral or dying? Is there anybody eternal? तो कौन से दृष्टियां हैं जिसमें दोष नहीं है, और कौन से दिशाएं जहाँ दुखदाह नहीं है, और कौन से जीव है जो भंगुर नहीं है, परमानेंट है. कोई परमानेंट नहीं. फोर्थ वन, काह ताह क्रिया यासु न नाम माया. इट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वन. विच आर द एक्टिविटीज इन विच द माया इज नॉट देयर. माया मोह, ये थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ेगा, कल करेंगे. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. तत्सत. ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. ग्रेट. ओम न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतो वै तस्य भासानुदासरताञ्जनो ब्रह्मादिना। बोल श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। श्री योगाश्रमा रामायण शास्त्र की जय। श्री वशिष्ठ वाल्मीकि ब्रह्म विद्याचार्य की समस्त ऋषि देवतागण की जय। समस्त श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इतिहास शास्त्र की जय। बोलो भाई सब संदन की जय। सतगुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। आज के आनंद की जय। नमः पार्वती पद हर हर महादेव। हर सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद। जानकी जीवन स्मरण जय। राम राम में श्री आदि पराशक्ति माता की जय। समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञास धर्म संस्थापक मोक्ष मुक्त गण की जय। भारत माता की जय। सनातन धर्म की जय। वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृति की जय। अध्यात्म जीवन विधान की जय। लॉर्ड bless all of us speaker listeners with the vision of seeking only you every moment. Let the intensity of desire grow to reach you. Let the efforts to reach you also be intensified. Let no other thing occupy our minds and time, only pursuing you. Please bless us how to achieve that. We are helpless. We are victims of inner and outer weather, atmosphere, and things. It is you, your kindness. Remove all those obstacles and put us and push us in the path to reach you. Thank you. Om Shri Rama Sat. Thank you, friends. Join in 5 minutes for study of Advaita Anubhuti.